Hi, this is Harvey, and it sounds like a good time for a story this morning. I've got something right here. This thing, do you know what that's called? It's a tool, kind of a cool thing. Sometimes people use it for play, sometimes for work, and that's called a pulley. I gotta tell you something interesting. We had a car, well, actually more like a truck, was stuck in our backyard. It had been nice and dry when we parked it there. Well, it rained, and so it got really muddy. Yeah, man, that car, that vehicle, we go climb in it, ooh, skidding all around. It wasn't going uphill, stuck. So I told my wife, honey, we need a pulley, and this is what she brought home, this thing right here. Well, I hooked this, tied this end piece to a tree, and I tied this end to a car up there at the top of the hill, and I ran this line all the way down to that truck and tied it right on the bumper. Well, this side right here, I asked my stepson Chris to drive that car, and I was in the other car, and guess what? It came rolling right up the hill, not even sliding or slipping or anything. Well, that was our friend at that point. That was a good thing for this type of thing to happen. But I want to tell you about something. My grandpa, when he was a young man, was working on a boat up in Alaska. The middle of that boat was used for catching fish out in the water. And one of the things they had on that is this thing like this. And it was up on a big old post that was sticking out. And sometimes you had to use it on one side of the boat and sometimes on the other, so that post would be able to twist back and forth. Well, in the middle of the night, that post came swinging by in the darkness, whacked my grandpa right in the head. Ouch. Well, I gotta tell you, I've seen a lot of these things, but I've never seen one that looks, oh, that looks nice and fluffy, looks like a nice soft thing to hit my head with. No, that looks like a heavy thing. Boy, that would hurt. And you know what? It knocked my grandpa out. That means he was unconscious. He couldn't think. It was like a deep dream, and it knocked him right off the boat. He woke up, and the water, when he got it, landed in that ice cold water out in the middle of the ocean. And so he was going, whoa, what the deal? And he went, as soon as he hit the water, he knew he had to get right behind that boat. It was all dark, couldn't see anything, but as he went swimming that way, he caught a piece of rope that was hanging behind that boat. It was dragging in the water. I'm not sure why that was, but I think that's a bit of a miracle, because that's what my grandpa did. He grabbed onto that rope, did this kind of thing, hung on, and he started hollering for help. And he was in there. I don't know how long he was there before somebody heard him, stopped the boat, pulled him in, fixed his head up. And that's why my grandpa was still alive when I got to meet him. And that's a story of my grandpa. But you know what? God is so good to us. Even though we have these things here, which can be our friend, can be our enemy, but God loves us so much that he takes care of us even when we get in trouble. And how about we have another story next week? Have a good day.